And once again, we have some more creative commentary from the previous few episodes. I'm going to point out some of my favorite ones. Like, for instance, this one. You don't need friendship to be on a team. Teammates are teammates regardless of relationship. And you don't need to be friends. No. You... And you don't need to cuddle or engage anyone in nice to get together. Yeah, you kind of do, because that shows empathy and that shows caring. But I love this teammates are teammates thing. Yeah, about that. You see, if you're not friends with your teammates, then you don't know how they think, you don't know how they work, and you don't really know what motivates them. Pretty soon, you don't understand them. And without understanding, then that cohesion that should be good in a strong, hard team where friendships should unite yourselves, then it all falls to pieces. Then you're not friends, you're not even a team, you're just a bunch of people who work together. And what's worse, then that breeds contempt. That makes things worse. Then you stop relying on yourselves. By being friends with your teammates, you start learning how to rely on each other, how to care about one another, and how to be compassionate with one another. The writers don't seem to understand that. Just like the writers thinking that she and her friends knew the planet could be attacked by forces they couldn't beat as normal ponies, so they wanted to destroy Starfleet and be really there if trouble strikes again. No, I really don't see Rarity doing that. I mean, if Rarity would want to be just a hero who pops up when they need her, fine. But that's what they got soldiers for. That's what they got royal guards for. She doesn't need to be on the front lines all the time. The only reason why Rarity is here is to appeal to the equestrian crowd. And there's also another discussion about Earth Pony magic, but I think I'll talk about that later. Right now, let's move on to the next episode. Pig of Problems. Really? That's the episode title? Pig of Problems? Why not in a pigsty? Or Hog Wild? Or Piglet Problems? I prefer Hog Wild. That's what this episode's going to be called from now on. Episode 8, Hog Wild. Late in the night, Cadence was starting her asleep as those same nightmares continued to torment her. We're tormenting you! Topping it all off with the misfortunes that kept on occurring when she was awake. Torment! You must leave, princess. Leave now. Take your curse away with you. Do it for your loved ones. Do it for me. Do it for me who believes in you. Run away, run away, run away! Full moon! She woke up in shock. She also woke up in stockings. Oh, how nice. Honestly, Cadence, not again, groaned Shining Armor as he stirred in his sleep. Seeing how distraught his wife was, he felt like he ought to at least comfort her. Yeah, I mean, it's not like this is psychologically traumatizing or anything. But strangely, she pushed him away. No! Don't touch me! Cadence? She looked oddly, really shaken, as if she were going to burst from the inside. Her husband tried to comfort her, but she kept inching away, fearing something dreadful would happen to him. But finally caught her and embraced her warmly. Cherish this moment, people. This is one of the few times of actual human emotion that we actually see in this story. Cadence, it's okay. It's okay. She gave in and began to cry on his shoulder. She didn't know how much more of this she could take, but she was secretly thinking of obeying the voices in her dreams. Don't even think about it. Did Shining Armor gain mind powers while I was looking? Oh shoot, does Shining Armor know how many times I've had wet dreams about his hot, sexy wife? Eureka in her mind. Don't give in to those dreams. They aren't real. There are no curse. Cadence still didn't know. Cadence, I love you. And I can't bear to lose you too. Not after Twilight. They both remembered how tragic it was when Twilight died. Yeah, it's so tragic it's been mentioned only 3 times in the past 8 episodes. But it only fuels Cadence's urge to give in and leave. But ultimately, she still couldn't bring herself to do it. Yet. Also, it seems to be only affecting really Lightning's Cadence and Shining. It doesn't seem to be affecting the main 6. Actually, We really rarely actually see the main six show their own emotions over Twilight's death. They should be more broken. Oh, wait, what's this? According to the Wikipedia page, there was a part where the main five actually showed their emotions towards Twilight's death. It was 2 paragraphs. Really? A band of friends this close together lose someone that was like a sister to them, and all they get are 2 measly paragraphs describing their heartbrokenness, while Lightning continues to reference it once a few episodes? No! If anybody's going to suffer for that, it should be them. We should be seeing them suffering a lot more for this. Meanwhile, far away in New Canterlot Palace, scene whiplash! Little Castor and Leonie were crying loudly in their cribs. The 1, 2, 0-year-olds, I have no idea how old they are because time is fucked. Their parents came into the nursery almost at once. Oh, children, children, Celestia said sweetly as she and her husband picked them up to comfort them. No, don't cry, little ones. Oh yeah, that's gonna stop a baby crying. They soon discovered the reason. It was just a diaper emergency. Soon the babies were clean and wearing fresh diapers, and they yawned sleepily. They were placed back in their cribs. Wow, I guess their poop really doesn't stink. And their proud parents kissed them goodnight. And the 2 little foals drifted right off to sleep. They're so peaceful, Celestia whispered, and Grand Ruler agreed. Come, we should get back in bed too. As they walked back to their bedroom, Celestia gasped and grasped her body in pain. Oh shoot, she has been eating the cake too much. Celestia, what's wrong? His wife groaned softly as the pain shot through her, then faded again. These cramps were starting to be constant and more painful each time. Grand Ruler was beginning to worry. Well, you see, these cramps have been happening once every month ever since the girls got these new human bodies. Well, at least that's what I've been hearing. We stallions apparently aren't suffering these monthly cramps or anything like that. I wasn't going to take any more chances and summon for the corpses and getting him out of bed. Fuck penicillin. Celestia was examined, but the doctor couldn't find that much wrong with her. I say you're a bit overdoing it, your majesty. As strong as you are, your body can't handle more stress. I recommend you take it easy for a while. Celestia didn't feel like that was the case, as he wasn't very fond of the idea of relaxing, especially while the planet was in so much danger from the Phantom and Dark King. Celestia, I'm sorry, but I'm putting my foot down this time, said Grand Ruler. Remember when you made me rest because I was overdoing it myself? No, when was that? Well, I think you owe me that much as well. Celestia knew she couldn't argue. Stupid male dominance. All right, for you, my love. He has a name! They kissed softly and adjourned to bed. Little did they know they were being watched by 2 hooded strangers from outside. Even when the guards flashed their lights directly on them, passed right by on their rounds. They acted like they could not even see the 2 strangers. Why was that in italics? Nor could they detect them with their visors and scanners. They just kept going by their business. So they're invisible then. The strangers continued to converse through telepathy to avoid being heard. Her condition's starting to surface, the male said to his friend. Now's not the time to make our move. We must wait for the condition to near its peak. Only then will it be time for us to let her have it. Shall we give it to her, folks? Yeah! Let's give it to her! The 2 strangers levitated to one window down and peeked into the baby's room, gazing at the sleeping foals. They seemed so tranquil, so innocent, so easily murderable. The strangers continued to watch for a few more minutes, kneeling deep down near the foals, and then vanished into thin air. Pop! The next morning, cock-a-doodle-doo, y'all. Roosters are male. Slap! I identify as a female. That was weird. He couldn't sleep, so he sat outside on the patio steps, while Rarity was asleep in bed. The sun was slowly rising, but Spike's mind was elsewhere. Yeah, I mean, if Rarity was asleep in bed and I was this close to her naked body, my mind would be elsewhere too. He felt like he had finally finished his song for Rarity. All the lyrics were just perfect for him. Pooly waddle, dooley waddle, what a day. He even hummed a little tune and felt it would be the perfect to sing to them. and yet it felt like it could be more special. What can I do to make it absolutely beautiful? Say she's awesomely hot? He wondered aloud. Raimi came along on an early morning jog and saw him. Oh, of course. Can't be running the cafe, could you, Raimi? You couldn't be doing something like saying, work on the cafe, make sure that everybody is well stocked, worry about people paying up. No, you're on your early morning jog. Bravo. Spike, why are you up and about? It's awfully early for you to be about. Oh, I couldn't sleep, Spike said. Gazed down his parchment, which Raimi recognized. Spike couldn't even let him critique it. This is a beautiful song. You must have worked very hard and long. What? No positive critiques, no where's this placement? Just saying it's a beautiful song is not going to be a perfectly good critique. Spike felt flattered and told Raimi of his problem. And Raimi had a perfect suggestion of how to make the song perfect and really bring it all out. Come to my place today, and I'll show you the way. He then jogged off. Spike wondered what Raimi had in mind. In the dark future... Oh! Please! Put a C transistor in here! Something! Alien gazed seemingly at Ogre. Guess you're not faring any better than Demon, huh? Ogre. Ogre clenched his fierce and sulked. I was just testing them, that's all. This time, I'll crush them like common flies. As you wish, said Bad Horse as he came into full view. Alien and Ogre hardly recognized him in his new appearance. And what a change in appearance it is! All he did was just change his coat color and mane and tail color and changed his clothes color and just put on a lightning bolt version of Rainbow Dash's cutie mark? And that's it? You can't tell the difference. Yep. Looks so different. You know, aside from the face, the horn, the posture, and all that. But I think what gets me the most about this design is that haircut. I mean, good golly, I have seen guys at Hot Topic who have a better main cut than this. That is just looks like he wants to perform emo poetry outside of the cafe. I almost feel like he wants to go, life, don't talk to me about life. I can almost hear him now. If life is so beautiful, then why do roses have thorns? Oh my god. What? No. This cannot be an original design. Where did the animators steal this? It's just so... oh my god. I needed that. Thank you, show. You look different. Of course I do. This is my idea. I've already appealed to His Majesty, and he gave me this ability. After all, what better way to learn about our enemies than up close in person? So, instead of sending out a whole team, he sends out one person. Truly a genius! The others didn't know what to say or think, but Ogre felt like he was being replaced. Not fair. I only had one stab at those creeps. Calm down, Ogre, said Giant as he came into view from the shadows. We're all trying to do what we feel is best to salve Dark King. We're not against each other. Ogre felt a little more outraged, but he was suddenly summoned before Dark King. Ogre, what is this I hear of you questioning my commands? He bellowed. Well, you see, boss, I just think that there needs to be a little more, how should I say, adaptation to your program. Ogre fell over, writing. No, boss, I'm only questioning your orders. You better not. I permitted you to take up this task because you had requested it, but it has become obvious that I must do what is necessary. That's right, one time was all enough for me. Oh boy, did your episodes suck! You will carry out your orders as normally, but interference will not be tolerated, as well as betrayal and betrayal. The minions all bowed, acknowledging their orders. I will be watching you all closely And remember what I said. Any deviation in my orders, and there will be consequences. I will sit back and yell at you for the next 10 episodes, then kill you! Sometime later, after breakfast, Spike left Verity saying he was going to Rimey's place. Wait, Rimey's Cafe exists? But he didn't say why, not wanting to let his secret out. Alright, have fun writing the song. Is it that obvious? My dear, you can't even keep your closet secret from me. Verity also had some shopping to do that day. At the market, she ran into Starla, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie, who were all doing a little shopping spree of their own. Rainbow was with them, not exactly enjoying herself, but she wasn't much of a shopper. I'm sorry, it's just in my head. I'm seeing Rainbow Dash covered to the brim with bags. I'd rather be out on patrol than here, she complained. Oh, sure, but if it was a Wonderbolt matinee, you'd be all over it. Come on, Rainbow. You need to enjoy what little breaks in duty we get. She's Rainbow Dash. She sleeps 9 hours a day, said Starla. Ever since the Dark King's forces appeared, time off has become few and foreign, especially for lightning. Especially for lightning. Her husband wasn't there, as was busier than ever, going on more and more reports, including the records of all Earth ponies, that they wrongfully imprisoned, that they scanned hoping for leads. Oh yeah, that too. Of finding and found with magic. He didn't get much sleep that night, and Starla practically urged him to take a much-needed nap while she went shopping. So, how has he had time to be a, good husband, a good friend, if he's busy all the time? Never explained, okay. You sound like you're really getting the hang of all this wife stuff, said Pinkie. Starla giggled as he teased. Maybe one day you'll all experience it. No! No, 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 no! Okay, maybe Pinkie Pie, because from what I've heard, she's pansexual. No, I don't mean she loves pants. I mean, she would get it on with a griffin. Rarity's straight, but Spike's a little young, don't you think? And Rainbow Dash, I heard, is she's bi. I mean, I've seen her look at Soren, but then I've seen her look at Fluttershy. But I really see her to be more of the husband type of a relationship. Rainbow looked at her stiffly. Don't even joke about something like that. Fluttershy brought a bag of tomatoes, but was arguing with the vendor on how to pay. Are you really talking about to bring in that incident from a few years ago where she argued with that vendor? Because I seen that before, and why are we here? 1 bit. 2 bits. 1 bit. 2 bits. 2 bits. 1 bit. I insist it's 2 bits or nothing. 1 bit, and that's my final offer. Have it your way. 1 bit it is. The vendor realized he had been outsmarted, but the girls all giggled. Pinkie, you know that's not honest, said Starla. Wait. But that was Fluttershy's dialogue. You said that was Fluttershy arguing. We'll fix it in post. Of course they do. Honestly, how did this show make it to 6 seasons if it can't even keep its character straight? Sure you. 2 bits for tomatoes is outrageous. 1 bit is the right price. Haggling? In the street market? Surely you jest. Starla rolled her eyes, but Fluttershy was grateful to have her 2 tomatoes just the same. Was it Fluttershy arguing, or was it Pinkie Pie? What? Episode? Make up your mind! Those don't get anything on these new fabrics, Rarity said. Well, these I shall make the most elegant line of dresses I've ever made. Oh, those are beautiful, Fluttershy said. Ah, there goes Rarity doing her job! The girls admired him so deeply. Rarity didn't watch where she was going and bumped into another pony, dumping her bag of fabrics all to the ground. I swear, if this is going to be a meat coot situation, I am going to scream at the nearest pony! The other pony turned to face them, and Rarity suddenly felt she was staring into the face of our god. Excuse me 1 sec. Skip it, Abra, forcing me to work so hard. It hurts, you can't believe. Huh? Who are you? Excuse me, Mayor. I need this. What? Oh! What a strange Pegasus. Trixie hopes she never becomes his boss. Okay. Let's break down what's wrong here. Number one, that design is not a god. Number two, if Rarity falls for anybody, it's not because she suddenly goes, ah! And has a meet-cute situation. He normally has to be famous, has to have some sort of prestige, or in some way be a benefit to her. She just doesn't love the idea of a Prince Charming. She loves the idea of being a whirlwind romance. She needs a little more reason than does falling over and bumping into a guy and seeing that he looks cute. This really doesn't fit Rarity's character at all, because Rarity is not the type of girl who would suddenly bump into a guy and go, oh, he's so wonderful, he's so adorable. She would actually look him up and actually have a conversation with him. She wouldn't suddenly just go, ah. Third, that design is not godlike. It is emo punk. It is like somebody just grabbed paint and decided to paint over a guy's eye and went, we make movie, we make movie, we make movie. Fourth, really, the meet cute thing? I heard Twilight went through that back in that human world thing, but I don't see Rarity doing that. It's kind of cliche, trite, and badly written. Fifth, that design is pathetic! He was a young unicorn, grayish in color with a brown mane. Half of which was draped over his left eye and covered his forehead. Okay, I'll be nice to some people and say that, it's not always the emo goth punks who have hair over one eye. Sanji from my favorite manga, One Piece, has his over his eye. But the way he designed, whereas it was more like, he just decided to comb over it. That looks emo goth! He wore silver shining armor, almost the same color as Rarity's armor, and his cutie mark, painted on the front of his armor, was that of a black cloud with a thunderbolt going through it. Or under it. Even Fluttershy Pinky thought he was handsome. Why? What about him makes him look so dang handsome? I'm looking at him, and, I'm bi, and I don't think he looks that cute. Now, Big Mac, Soren, Caramel, those stud muffins on the other hand, whoa, nice. Starla almost felt the same, but she shook off the feeling. You're a married woman! Well, Rarity seemed almost infatuated, and could blink her eyes. I said, hope she can blink her eyes! Your opponent looked at her strongly and deeply and asked, is there a reason you're gawking at me like that? So they don't have people fawning over you in the dark future? Rarity finally sat down in a trance. I am ever so sorry. I didn't mean to. Then she realized her fabrics were all on the ground, and had elephant dirt all over the dirt. Oh no! She cried. It's ruined! It was going to be beautiful, but no! Actually, I can understand why Rarity would be a little upset about this. And I don't see why you're trying to make her overdo it. Just then, the unicorn handed her a bag of gold bits. Here, just to let you buy some more, he said. Rarity gazed at the bag and then back out. It's okay, Rarity. Hey! How did you know her name? Asked Rainbow. Who doesn't? You're all well known. Starfleet, Fluttershy, Firewing Ward, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash. But are you new here? Oh, sorry I asked. No, that is a legitimate question. Yes, it's alright, and yes, I just moved in a few blocks from the market. My name is Thundercloud. Okay, so, I have to ask people out there who are paying attention to my vlogs, who does this rip off more? Nephrite's arc from Sailor Moon, or Kuza's arc from Pretty Cure? You see, I haven't watched all of Pretty Cure yet. Only about 7 episodes in. good golly, it is awesome. It's a great series. I highly recommend it if you really love Magical Girl series. So, do you guys, know which one this rips off more? I'm curious. Oh, Verity peeped. Her cheeks were turning pink. Well, I'm very pleased to. Then Pinkie Pie butted in. Really pleased to meet you, she practically shouted while shaking his hand hard. Wow, a new friend! I always get excited to meet a new friend. Yes, Pinkie! Go! Rainbow smacked her forehead in dismay and muttered, Uh-oh, here she goes again. Dash, this is one of your oldest friends. She's been through with you a lot. Why are you acting frustrated with her? Rainbow would never act frustrated with this. If anything, she wouldn't be smacking her forehead. She would just be chuckling and go, You asked for it, and just smirk about it. Before anyone could say anything, Pinkie dashed off. And a split second later, she returned with her welcoming wagon and performed her Ponyville welcoming song. Oh, welcome, welcome to you. Oh, welcome, I said, how do you do? Welcome, hooray! Welcome to New Ponyville today! I remember when I got that when I came here. It was so awesome. Me and Pinkie became fast friends that day. Wait for it! This time she remembered to put the cake into the oven and the confetti into the blowers. Many of the puppies jumped to joy as confetti flew, but Thundercloud was consumed by it all, especially the cake. Cake. Is there something wrong with cake? Asked Pinkie. What is this cake? Is this some sort of weapon for doing lethal harm? No. You cannot tell me they're about to be this stupid! This guy just basically summoned up a giant red flag that says, Hi, I'm an evil alien from a dark dimension. Arrest me! You can't be telling me they're about to be that stupid! No. You mean to tell me that there's no cake in the future? That Dark King didn't have any of his minions steal cake? Do they just not eat cake? Okay. You might be asking yourselves, why was it okay for Nephrite not to know what a chocolate parfait was when he was talking to Natsu? You might be wondering why I'm okay with that. Simple. Some ponies just don't know what a chocolate parfait is. That's okay. I can imagine, not to mention, Nephrite comes from 1,000 years in Earth's past. I don't think parfaits were invented back then. This, on the other hand, is an abomination! And this makes it way too easy. Please tell me, those of you who watch Pretty Cure, that Kuzo isn't that stupid! Girls all caught confusion. Of course not, silly. It's for eating. A special cake to say, Welcome to New Ponyville. But Thunder could only gaze at the cake oddly, and stuck his hand through it, and gawked at his hand in disgust. So they don't eat in the Dark Dimension. The girls began to wonder if Thunder was new here to more than just New Ponyville. I think I should go, he said. It was nice meeting you all. I am a normal pony. Please ignore me. He is one strange pony, said Starla. Oh, wait, I got another one. Ignore me. He's being kind of strange. Maybe he's lonely, said Fluttershy. Pinkie Pie agreed with this. She could always tell when someone didn't have many friends. She's bound together and rubbed her hands together. Time to get my A-game on. There's a new pony in town, and we gotta help it fit in. Reddy said nothing. She just had that same queer look on her face when she first saw him. God, I'm immature sometimes. As Fluttershy walked home, she saw Rhymy and Spike along the way. Spike was holding a small object about the size and size of a birthday card. It was actually a gift certificate for Fluttershy. Oh, Fluttershy cried. Is that what I think it is? Sure is, said Spike. It's a holographic music imager. It's got my song for Rarity on it. You mean it's just a CD? Like we have in real life? Why do you have to put in this fancy technology? Oh, that's right. if you don't put in things like blasters and holographic music imagers once in a while, then we might not think that this place is so technologically advanced now, would we? It's okay. You won your argument. This place is so technologically advanced because you referenced this new technology this one time in this one episode. Okay, I completely agree with you. You've won. All right. This is me throwing my hands up in the air. Show you're right. This was brand new technology, so this thing is a Starfleet is way more technologically advanced than our pathetic little equestrian civilization. I completely agree with you. You won this argument. I surrender. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to listen to my new CD while continuing to riff this. Click. I can see a rainbow on the eyes as they hit the ground. I can see a rainbow. As it was, the holographic music imager, or HMI as it was preferably known, was as deceived that it could was the deceive. Boop! Was a device that could project magical images like a music video, complete with special effects and everything. Fluttershy recognized it because Raimi had activated one or two for her, with songs and poetry he wrote. Is that also how his cafe makes his business, other than selling drinks? What kind of drinks do you get at Raimi's cafe anyway? I never visit there. I remember making each one. It was so beautiful to see when I was done. The images and music brings joy to my eye. And it was all for you, Fluttershy. Do you ever do a different beat to your rhymes other than A, B, A, B, A, B? Do you ever go A, B, B, C, or A, C, C, B, A? Or are you just stuck on A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B? His bare fan blessed and hid behind her mane, and Raimi smiled softly. As for Spike, though his gift for Rarity was complete, he still wasn't sure of actually giving it to her. Fluttershy and Raimi decided not to put pressure on him, let him decide for himself. Well, thanks, guys. I better get back. He then left. After he was gone, Fluttershy gazed deeply into Raimi's eyes, and he gazed into her, and they embraced each other and kissed deeply. Ew! 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 Yeah. You know, guys, this is probably the fandom's least preferred romance. Ugh. Believe it or not, I've looked up fan preferred couples on this site, on this Pace's TV Tropes page, and it seems like a lot of people either prefer to ship Fluttershy with Artie or Rainbow Dash. And the most shipped character that I see on some of the fanfiction sites for this show is Artie. For some reason, he's launched over 1,000 ships. It's the Wooby factor, really. People saw his backstory and decided to give him a lot of trauma and have to talk about how in pain he is, and they then shipped him with almost everybody under the sun. I think he's even been shipped with me on the latest fanfic I saw. As Spike made it back to Carousel Boutique, he began thinking of how to present his gift to Rarity, and even voiced it into practice. Here, Rarity, I made this for you. No, too simple. Yo, Rarity, I was like, no, Eddie too macho. And too street, yo. He even thought of just leaving it out for her to find it, but that wouldn't do it all. Spike could only sigh in dismay and hope he would be able to pull himself through this. He went inside. Rarity, I'm home. No response. Rarity? Rarity! Over here! He heard a faint sigh coming from the area where Rarity used to have her shrine to Tenderhoof. Wait. I thought she only cared about Tenderhoof a little while after Twilight's little coronation a few months before Starfleet had arrived. But then I thought she stopped falling for him when she found out that he prefers Applejack. And to that I say, you stay away from my Applejack, you fiend! The shrine had long since been taken down. Spike found Rarity sitting there in the empty room. She sighed again so heavenly. Rarity, are you okay? Was all she could say. Spike could tell from the signs. Staring off to space, eyes half open, hardly blink, rosy cheeks, sighing heavily. Oh my god, Rarity is in heat! Run for your lives! What? I've been in Ponyville long enough to know that there are two ponies you avoid when they're in heat. You avoid Rarity, and you definitely avoid Fluttershy. Rainbow Dash, when she is in heat, she tends to hide. But Fluttershy, no, she will hunt you down! Unfortunately, since Starfleet put us in these bodies, bears don't experience heat like they used to. Nowadays, they just experience these weird things every once in a month. I think it's called a menstrual cycle or something, but they have that every once in a while. And apparently it's just like heat. Spike began to feel a small lurch in his heart, and not a good one. No, Lurch. Spike's feeling something else. Oh. He soon got confirmation once he finally started talking.
Oh, Spike. While you were out, I met the most polite young pony I've ever known. Not to mention very handsome.
He is not handsome! The only type of people it would be handsome to would be teenage girls. And Rarity's not a teenager. She's an adult. Spike looked at the floor sadly, and then kept his HMI hidden behind his back where she couldn't see it. Then put on a fake act. Really? Who is he? What's he like? How do I kill him? She told him all about Thundercloud, and how she had a suspicion he hadn't had many friends. It was seemingly foreign to simple things like cake. Seemingly? The guy just looked at it like it was some sort of strange monster eating his hand!
You're so generous. You gave me a sack of gold so I could buy more
fabric. So he knows about gold, but doesn't know what cake is.
Is there a word for how stupid he is? That's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Spike smiled, but he was repressing the agonizing pain that struck him, remembering when he gave his fire ruby to her and she pet him on the cheek. Rarity sighed.
Oh, I really must like him somehow, but what should I do? Oh, you make me feel like a schoolgirl!
Spike backed away softly from Rarity, taking the HMI disc with him. He hid it underneath his breadbasket, where she wouldn't find it. He was feeling a little cold deep down, but deep down a voice told him not to give up, while another enforced how different he and Rarity were, 5 years apart, not even the same species. And knowing Spike like I did, he decided to agree and decided to just let him be. Spike could only sigh. Then he looked out the window and saw a lone unicorn walking down the way. Rarity, is that him? She was at the window in almost a split second.
Who? Where?
She cried. Then she saw Thundercloud outside. Her eyes sparkled like the stars.
Twinkle, 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 twinkle!
And she felt a little swoony. Thundercloud could see her from the window and waved at her. Rarity felt pleasant steam erupt from her face, fell flat on her back, giggling. Further proving to Spike it was love at first sight, and disheartening him. Good sir, Rarity is a full-blown adult! You will treat her as such. She would not act a romance like this some sort of freaking puppy love. Rarity wouldn't go,
Gee, do you think he has a crush on me?
She would be far more forward about it. If she saw some dang good-looking piece of man-meat, like, say, Caramel outside. Oh, dang, oh. Then she would be more upfront about it. She would actually go up and say,
Good sir, but you can't ask me out.
Or she would wait for him. She would spend time with him. She would actually be upfront about her feelings. This is a child's way of looking at romance. This is like how a 3-year-old thinks a couple acts. This is a child's version of a good romance story. I should know. I wrote one like this when I was 8. Rarity recovered a minute after she fainted, and saw that Thundercloud was walking down the road to a house a few homes down from Rarity's. A house had been sold for a long time after the previous owners left. Rarity thought this was most convenient for her.
I know, I'll fight him for dinner. I'm sure he'd love the home-cooked meal.
She headed out the door and left Spike all alone with his head hanging low. When Rarity reached the Thundercloud's home, she was suddenly having second thoughts, feeling a bit jittery.
Oh my, what will I see him? After all, I know I just met him. Maybe I should give him time, but if he doesn't show my kindness, oh my.
We're sorry, but the part of Rarity will be replaced today by Fluttershy. Then the door went over wide, and there stood Thundercloud. Rarity, what are you doing here? Rarity felt her face turn red, as she stuttered and stammered, trying to find her words. But she also got a quick peek inside the house to see it was dark and dirty. almost exactly like it was when the previous occupants moved out. Bad Horse? Mr. Bad Horse, question. What was your grade in stealth? C minus. I thought as much.
No, thank you. I best be going along. Ta-ta!
And she danced off like lightning. Which kind of made Lightning jealous because he wanted to dazzle off like him. Thundercloud kept eyeing her until she was gone out of sight. Went back into his dark, practically empty home. There were only a few empty boxes, old saggy paint tarts scattered about. Yes, this is my normal house. Ignore me! Alien snickered softly as he materialized.
Well, looks like someone got taken by your charm, Bad Horse.
Thundercloud, who was really Bad Horse. No! Really? Thank you, Mr. Narrator. I couldn't figure it out. Many have, but it doesn't matter to me. Remember, I'm only in this to please His Majesty's wishes. Now, more to the chase. Why are you even here? Seriously, I think the writers of the show think all of his readers are morons. Even those of us who hate the show. I wonder if he thinks his fans are this stupid.
Take it easy, said Alien. Ogre's getting ready to launch his next attack, and I thought I'd watch him from here with you.
Huh. Watch him botch it up again. But we'll see. Verity was pacing back and forth.
My goodness, my gracious, will this be done? Will I have a girl or will I have a son?
Saving herself for acting so silly in Thundercloud.
I was acting like a little schoolgirl.
Who voiced this dialogue?
Oh, of course. I don't think I can ever show my face in front of him again,
she cried. Spike didn't know if to encourage her or discourage her from trying again. But before he could say something, the ground began to rumble and quake as something very big was approaching, and the alarm sounded.
Let's go, Spike!
Cried Verity, as he dashed for the door, but Spike was still distraught by what was happening.
Spike!
He finally came in too. I'm sorry, I'm coming! He joined her by the door, and they both transformed. Harmony Hour, friendship power, dragon power! They dashed out as the barriers appeared around the buildings, even around the horse's home. So, are we supposed to be going even around? Are we supposed to be shocked by this? Because, Horse's home was, kind of a normal place. So, this is how they once defended themselves. How primitive. It's a magical barrier. I can't see how much you could advance it technology-wise. Nevertheless, he had his own orders not to interfere in the battle that take place. Woo! So he and Alien sat back by the window and watched. Oh! Horse! Why didn't you say that? Ernie and Spike dashed out near the marketplace. Fireside and Rhymy came along, followed by Pinkie Pie and Rainbow, and finally Starlight came back with Lightning. What's going on? Asked Lightning. Oh, look, the twins and Artie and Buddy aren't there. What attack? You mean what's about to go on? Shouted the voice. The friends all turned to see Ogre standing atop a tall tree. And what's about to go on is that you're about to get beaten. Jury, what do you say about that one-liner? Ah, yes! Very bad! Fair chance at that, Ogre, shouted Starla. But the ground began to rumble again. What's happening? Cried Fluttershy. She got her answer as she was what to be the largest monster they had ever seen so far. Excluding Serpentari. A pig monster with huge tusks and the height of a whole house and the length of two what? To go on! It made a snoring sound and a roar. How repulsive! Verity groaned. You think that's as bad? Just try to attack. Oh God. That name! Let me remind you. This went through the writing process. The authors of this episode came up with this, wrote it down, and said that the following name was A-OK. Just try to attack. Okay, I can read this name. I can read this name seriously. Okay, Take a second. Take a second. All right. You think that's not as bad? Just try to attack. Okay, I took some depressants. I can read this name. You think that's not as bad? Just try to attack. Everyone looked. At the moment of silence. Bore bottoms. Bore bottoms. Bore bottoms. My God. So the length of two they were referring to was the length of two wide butts. My God. Bore bottoms. His booty is enormous. Ergo sneered. Well, go on ahead and try.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Look at that butt! Look at that butt!
Well, look at that booty. Well, look at that booty. The team began to have a really bad feeling about this. Rainbow Dash decided to go first. She started way up, gaining to a good height. Then came crashing swiftly. Sonic Rain Boom! Then she hit the boar clean in his massive side. But he was so big and... So Rainbow Dash tried to strike that big, fat bottom! And failed! Couldn't knead that dough! Couldn't fix those buns! Yes, Rainbow Dash tried her best to knead those buns, but those buns were just so big and pudgy that she just bounced right off like hitting rubber. It was sent flying backwards and hard like a spinning projectile. Oh man, that guy knocked away Rainbow Dash. That ass! No way, he's not a donkey. That booty! Rainbow! Cried Lightning. Rainbow was so traveling so fast he zipped along the way the entire planet, and right back to the battle zone, crashing hard and skidding along the ground. Ding! Intensely funny gags! You get one. The rest all come from the great one, Bore Bottoms. Have you respected the almighty Bore Bottoms lately?
Oh!
Cried Fluttershy. She rushed over to help her friend up.
Are you okay, Rainbow?
Ugh, who's Rainbow? As he groaned all groggily. Well, after being hit by that blast of wind, Pinky Rarity leapt up for a high jump kick, but ending up getting thrown back by the break wind attack just as well.
Well, that was getting fun, Pinky said. A little stinky.
Getting carried away, she began to bounce on the monster like a trampoline. Pinky, stop bouncing on that boar's booty!
Boinky, 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 boinky.
Pinky, what are you doing? Get down! Get down on it. Get down on... No. We're doing booty jokes. If you want to do 70s gags, you gotta wait for the next episode. Oh! Sound Lightning. The monster growled and flung Pinky off his booty like a common fly.
Okay, that wasn't nice.
Hey, stop knocking him off your posterior. Rhyming and Spikes to poison ray. Wart Sword. Night Saber! They charged straight towards Boar's face, feeling it would be easier to strike him. No, aim for the booty! Aim for the booty! But the boar gave a huge snuff from his large snout. That's right, the boar bottoms and missed a huge snuff from his large snout. That's right, Bottoms released a huge smell of air. That's right, Bottoms blew out air, blowing away both hard. Oh, I just hope this doesn't go where I think this is going. They were both livid and held their noses. So, let me get this straight. The monster, named Bore Bottoms, releases a huge gust of air that smells. Your joke, sir.
Why, thank you, James.
Somebody grab the Beano! That's the only way to stop this monster! Thank you, I'll have need of you later. Thank you, sir. Blah! What a smell! Can't you smell that smell? That smell that's around you! That didn't work too well. Now what do we do?
We'll have to try our special attacks.
No duh, you dumbass. No, I'm sorry, you're not the ass. But Boar Bottoms is the ass. Lightning and Rhymy agree. Drill quill, pulsar laser.
So, question.
What? Which hole do you think the boar is the asshole? His bottom or his face? Guys, look. I don't have to come up with these jokes or write them down. They're typing in themselves. Literally, you can hear it on my keyboard right now. They're literally typing. The jokes are literally typing themselves. He fires several small pulses of uniforce at him, but Ogre watched in glee, muttering, "That's it. Just wait for now. Wait for that booty. In order to get that booty." The blast hit straight for the boar, but he opened his huge mouth wide and ate them whole. So he's also Kirby? Did you see that? Cried Lightning. I don't believe it! Ogre snickered and snapped his fingers, and Boar let out a huge belt, sending all that combined power right at them, hitting them hard as sparks and explosions flew all over. Sending out a huge belt? Oh, Lord! My God. He's making everything around there look like a giant pigsty! Well, then again, he is Boar Bottoms, so of course he would automatically make everything go to crap. He attacked us with our own stuff. All he felt was Tyson was rough, shouted Rhymy. That's what my new condo does, snarled Ogre. He absorbs all the powder thrown at him, and then spits it out twice as hard. He is virtually invincible. The monster snarled loudly and began to charge. Look out! Cried Fluttershy, and everyone left out of the way. One by one, avoiding the charging boar. Despite their avoiding him, the boar began to smash his way through the marketplace, turning it into a complete and total waste area, making it a complete sty.
What do we do now?
Cried Pinky. Rainbow clenched her fist. We keep fighting, that's what. There's gotta be a way to beat this porker. Well, I heard if we get him tighter buns and tighter days, that should be able to beat him. She dashed forth again, landing on the monster's huge face, away from its snout.
How about land on his booty?
Okay, you big ugly brute! She snarled while striking a boxing pose, and began to foolishly punch at the ugly eyes. All this was annoyed the monster, and began to wiggle. Stop wiggling that booty! Oh my God. It's ginormous! Well, my anaconda don't lie. But Rainbow clung into his huge snout, hanging on tightly, until she got snuffed off. Dang it! Normally I like big butts, but I cannot lie. And all you other brothers cannot deny. When that girl comes in with that little bitty waist, you got feelings. The others started pushing away their attacks from the boar's face, so he wouldn't need the power. But firing attacks at his side proved as useless, as his huge pussy bite didn't seem to get hurt. Even Spike's flame attacks hardly seemed to make the creature flinch. Ogre watched everything and chortled. This is almost too fun to be real. Yeah, I'm blasting through all my butt jokes. He then decided to spice things up with his own speed. Speed up. He used his magic on the monster, causing it to become faster and charge. Here he comes again. Dodge! Shouted Lightning, and everyone evaded him. But Boar spun around swiftly and charged the other way, bouncing them all. Rarity even went flying, landed in a pile of goopy crushed tomatoes.
Ew!
She cried. Slimed. Spike was angered by this and charged at the monster full force, only to be back hard. No use, kids. I would say it's no use, but that phrase has been known to cause PTSD in those of you who play Sonic 2006. Ogre hollered. All you're doing is making him hunger, and I think he knows what he wants to eat next. Well, let's see. Considering the fact that he's a booty, what would Boar Bottoms want to eat? Of course! He wants to eat all the Beano in the world! Look, guys, as long as we don't have to go anywhere near any beans! The team continued to fight Rhymy. Rhymy, Starlet, and Spike charged down, but they got blasted back hard, dropped their weapons. The boar began to charge them again, but the others came and got their team out. It wasn't hard as Boar devoured the weapons. Oh, now I get it. He's based off a Puzzy Pig! No! Shouted Starla. He swallowed a weapon's whole! Cried Spike. But whereas Puzzy Pig was entertaining and fun, he's not. And things got worse. So with the weapons now swallowed, he was able to fire magical blasts and arrows from them, making him even stronger than ever. One by one, everyone got hit and was dealt some serious damage. The arrows tried throwing their weapons back, but to no avail. They're too deep to hear our call. We cannot reach them at all. Where do they go when you send them back?
This is terrible. Absolutely terrible, cried Rarity. But when he uses the finishers?
Asked Fluttershy. Then I'm sad to say, but you will be the butt of the joke. And you will be rammed upside the posterior. I guess we'll need to make that our posterity. I mean, priority. That's when the boar opened his mouth, and inside his mouth was glowing brightly, ready to fire.
I think that's what he's doing now.
Let's move, cried Rainbow, only they felt their speed decreasing. Going somewhere, Ogre chortled, hinting he was using his speed down spell to slow them up. No, dipstick! Boar was ready to fire his attack. Not today, shouted Lightning. Though he couldn't use his speed, he still had the power to charge up as much as he could. Shoot a force! He fired his force straight as Boar fired his, and Lightning's, of course, being stronger, countering the blast, sending right back into Boar's mouth.
Wait, you have sort of power.
I don't think so, Lightning cried as he poured on more and more power. All the magic going on was too much for the boar to handle. Oh my god, it was too much for the booty! Too much for the booty! Resulting in a small blowout from within him. He spewed out the three weapons. Hey, no fair, shouted Ogre. Why must you make me say this name again? You know it's going to kill me. Bull bottoms! And you say that this viewer of this particular episode died of laughter?
Oh yes, sir. He was just watching this episode as part of his chance to be a writer on the series, and suddenly I heard ha 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 ha, ah! And when I called up here, I found him dead.
Poor lad. He died of laughter. I don't think there's anything we could do.
But please, he has to go on writing. There must be something he could do. Anything at all. Oh, we're apples together, apples forever. We're one big apple family. Wait, was that Applejack?
Well, it seems the beauty of Applejack has awakened him, so you can go now.
Oh, my beautiful little baby boy.
Where was I? Last thing I remember was seeing one of the most funniest names in the history of the show, and... Scroll down! Our weapons! We gotta get them! Cried Spike, but they were still under the effects of Ogre's spell, as long as he kept them in their sights. Starla turned her head to face him in the tree. Pulsar laser! He fired, they fire! At the base of the tree, slicing it off and causing the tree to fall, Ogre with it. With his focus broken, the team was freed from his spell. Why must all the spells on here be lame? The others called their weapons back in time, before Boar could eat them again. That's when Raimi's insignia began to glow. Of all the coinky-dinks in this whole entire show, Raimi, this episode wasn't even about you! Hell, it wasn't even about the mystery! The mystery factored at about 5%! Most of the screen time was dedicated to Verity and Spike, but hey, you gotta steal your screen time when you can. You haven't had that much of an episode anyway. Actually, when was the last time you started an episode? And make the episode all about you. I think that might have been back in Season 3. Raimi, U-Mega Mode is activated! Cried Starla. Raimi nodded proudly. I'm not gonna wait. Mega Mode activate. He then transformed and was donned his Mega Armor. Wow. The transformations are not even special anymore. His sword had taken a new shape into a beautiful and powerful scimitar. What, not a bastard sword? First, I really admired how cool he looked. At least somebody did. Raimi, listen, I think I know how to beat this thing. Lightning said. He explained his plan, but it's very risky. I know, but I must go. He gazed at Flare's side, quickly kissed her for luck. Oh! And assured her not to worry.
Rainy.
She cried as she watched him fly off.
Stay focused,
Rarity said. We must keep the monsters distracted. Ogre peeked out from the brambles of the falling tree to see what was happening. Well, they're taking the buns and proceeding to massage them. What else? They're proceeding to knead those glutes. Wait, is that your real name, Borbottoms? Gluteus Maximus?
Yes, my name is Gluteus Maximus. I am king.
Oh, mighty Gluteus Maximus. I saw the ponies flying in circles around Glutes and attacking him constantly, bouncing off his booty in the process. First, I charged down right in the face and did exactly what Rainbow did. Punched his face like crazy. The monster began to jiggle those buns and shake his face about, falling open his large mouth and taking in air to... Oh god, you needed to come up with a better name! What's he doing? Snapped Ogre. Once inside the massive monster's stomach, he grimy coughed and groaned at the incredible sticky aroma. And that's not coming from the beans he ate! I can do this. I must get through this, he said to himself. He clutched his sword hard. So, Raimi just took his long, hard, metal object and proceeded to ram it in Borbottoms. He took his large, metal, hard object and rammed it in Borbottoms. He clutched his sword hard, ready to unleash his new, stronger finisher. The sword began to glow as swirling winds encircled the blade. Super duper thrash slash! The stupidity of that attack's name is worth it. And so Raimi took his long, hard object and rammed it inside Borbottoms and moved it around in circles. No homo. He gave one swing of his blade in the air, sending waves of burning energy in all directions. Stop giving Borbottoms a rash! Alright, stop making his butt burn and itch and... Oh my god! Raimi, your attack! It gives hemorrhoids! Stop giving people hemorrhoids, Raimi! The boar suddenly gasped, feeling something strange and going on inside him. Please, no, don't!
Uh-oh, cried Vicky.
He's gonna blow! What you're seeing right now is Legend Breaker's urge to do a big, bad, dirty joke. Please note, it's rising!
Raimi!
Flashlight screamed. The boar let out a big roar, and Raimi let through the mouth, followed quickly by a seconds until fart joke. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the monster exploded in one colossal big bang. Leaving behind pork butts for all. Oh, and the smoke clearing and the picture fading on a car or whatever. I don't believe it, growled Ogre. He angrily pounded the ground with his fists. I'm going to get these pests for this. He then vanished. Raimi got forced back by the explosion and forced into a hard fall fence. His suit powered down. Luckily, he had plenty of pork butts and taters with him.
Raimi! Raimi!
Cried Fluttershy. She danced over and scooped him up in her arms.
Oh, Raimi, are you alright?
Her cold friend stirred softly, opening his eyes. No pain, no gain. Of course you don't get hurt. Fluttershy smiled and tears formed in her eyes. The others were all relieved. Wow. Yeah, 'cause he almost looked like he took a little bitty hit. Lightning said. Everyone felt glad to have won the battle, but they couldn't deny that the Cardinals were getting stronger, which meant they would have to regroup and discuss ways to become even stronger or swifter. Well, you could always do what you've always been doing, just wait for a Deus Ex Machina to come up and save your asses. For now, they had another chore to do. Clean up the marketplace that got demolished. Reddy didn't like the sight of how everything worked, seeing as he was still covering the gloop. Nevertheless, they went to work. Alien and Horse had seen everything.
Looks like Ogre messed up again. Poor guy, she said, not sounding concerned.
I wouldn't say it's a total loss. We got to see some of the ponies battle, which is the first step in my mission.
Why don't you just watch it from a viewing globe?
I'll have to watch them more closely until I gather enough information. The more you know the enemy, the easier it'll be easy to beat them on their own turf.
Alien slicked her hair.
Whatever. Just make sure you don't get into trouble here. Dark King won't be pleased.
Then she vanished, looking upon his next move. Horse, however, couldn't stop airing the others, especially Rarity.
There's something unusual about her anymore.
And now, before the finisher, I would like to present to you Stylecaster's Type 25 songs about butts. Enjoy.
Number 25, Anaconda. Number 24, You and That. Number 23, Shake That. Number 22, Booty. Number 21, Salt Shaker. Number 20, Shake Your Rump. Number 19, Too Much Booty in That Pants. Number 18, Tuss. Number 17, Honky Tonk Badonk Donk. Number 16, Pull Over. Number 15, All About That Bass. Number 14, Low Florida. Number 13, Kulo. Number 12, Bubble Butt. Number 11, Big Old Butt. Number 10, Shake, 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 Shake Your Booty. Number 9, My Humps.
I thought that was about boobs.
Number 8, Black That Ass Up. Number 7, Bonita Applebum. Number 6, Miss Fat Booty. Number 7, Fat Bottom Girls. Number 4, Bootylicious. Number 3, Rump Shaker. Number 2, Buddy Got Back. And the number 1 song based on about butts is the song Blame Me Off Paul.
Thank you. It didn't take too long to clean up the market, especially when other ponies offered to help after emerging from their homes. Reddy felt really dirty, at least 3 baths when she got home.
Oh, I'll never feel the same again.
Relax, Rarity, you look fine. You smell lovely, too.
Really?
Spike nodded.
Oh, Spike, I'm really glad you feel that.
Spike blessed.
Wonder if Thundercloud would feel the same way.
Spike went softly, and Rarity began to go into her trances again. He visualized Thundercloud, still not who he really was. Massey was looking right at her, naked, of course.
Hi, Rarity. It's really sharp.
Oh!
Rarity could only see as he fainted. Spike could sigh and remembered his HMI buried in his bed basket. Feeling would have to stay where it is. In our next episode, Cadence finally steps from all her trauma and leaves her home and husband in desperation. The team organizes a worldwide search for her. Celestia's condition is shown to be fatal when strange medicine is given to her, warning of what will happen. The Phantom Magic also appears, now interested in only capturing the team's remaining cue marks at their sinister project. What? Will the team be able to find Cadence? Will the Phantom succeed in its goal? Don't miss the next exciting episode of Starfleet is Magic. Next episode, Desperation Disasters.
This episode, well, it does a good job of furthering the plot.
It also has the myriad of problems. First off, the whole entire plot with Celestia going under and getting infected by some mysterious disease feels too much like it was just there for padding. Didn't feel like it really added anything over to the show's overarching plot other than, hey, these guys from the mysterious future have cures to diseases we don't know about. And this feels like it was only there just to be there, which sadly makes the plot just feel stiff and lifeless. We move on next to the whole entire idea of Bad Horse going undercover and trying to infiltrate the heroes by seeing what it means to be a human. And, while not a bad premise, and has been done really well in other shows before, and I feel like the show's writers didn't quite understand the meaning of the word subtlety. In that, by being so blatantly obvious with the fact that Bad Horse is an alien and doesn't understand pony terms or conditions, he's giving himself too much away. Which, I guess, if you want to make the elements of harmony look like idiots, good job, but at the same time, it's also making Starfleet look like idiots, because you'd think they would see and figure out, hey, this guy doesn't know what cake is.
He's either a foreigner or he's from the future.
And by giving it too much away, it feels like it's not enough mystery being built up. Are we supposed to think that there's a mystery being built up? If so, then you're giving it too much away. Yeah, dramatic irony is good for a storytelling device, but in this case, right now, you just feel like by 8 episodes, you feel like Starfleet is just a bunch of morons for not figuring some of this stuff out and not actually using their brains. Right now, they all look like they're just waiting for the next monster to attack, rather than being proactive or anything like that. This is a comparison to Sailor Moon, where they are very proactive in actually hunting down where the enemy's base is and actually trying to figure out where things are. And of course, the Spike subplot feels like it's been, well, once again, just dwindling in the air. You have to ask yourself, why does Spike feel so nervous with handling this when Spike would automatically just go up to Rarity with his brand new mustache and just say, "Hey babe, take a walk on the wild side." Actually, why is Spike holding it back? You would think if he had something like this, he would automatically go, "Hey, check this out, Rares." But instead he's just saying, "Oops, I'm going to hide this," while Rarity proceeds to gust for this guy. And of course, Rarity gushing and falling all over Bad Horse with only 5 minutes of meeting him? Not only does this feel like it's out of character, again, this feels like a 3-year-old going, "This is how my romance wants to work." Like he doesn't understand the meaning of the words subtext or slow. To take your time with this type of thing. I've already have reasons for falling over this guy other than does he looks good. You have 26 episodes. You can fill that up. And of course, but I will give the episode this. It has given us one of the greatest MOTWs of the world. One of the most awesome ones ever, topping even most Power Ranger monsters. Yes, we are talking about the grand and glorious Four Bottoms. Oh, glorious Four Bottoms. You are here for only one episode, but we salute you. Everybody, I am not much of a drinking man, nor am I much of a man's man, but I will say this. I want us to offer a toast in the name of Four Bottoms. Long may the gloriousness of Four Bottoms live on. Yes. And if this little show ever were to get a piece of fan art, I would love it if they were to show me writing Four Bottoms. To you, Four Bottoms. Alright, man. It's time to give Four Bottoms his proper salute. Turn around. Bend over. Pull the pants down. And it's time to give him the salute that he deserves. We now present to you the 20 butt salute.